If you've got two going at once, and this is why my hair systems always look so fresh, it's because I alternate them. Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the best way to protect your hair system or wig for the long term. Now, I've tried many ways in the past to ensure that my hair system stays in its best condition for the longest time possible. Now, what I often do is I always have two systems on the go at once. Now, this particular system is the brand new Tyler Silk LaVivid hair system. I'm going to be doing a full-on review on this in a couple of months when I've given it a good amount of time to make a decent assessment of how good it is, what it's like, its pros, its cons. What I can say within the first week of wearing it, it's really comfortable. And that segues nicely into a message from today's sponsors. Today's sponsor, guys, is LaVivid. You can find them at lavividhair.com. You can get a 15% discount code on any stock hair system or accessories that I've negotiated with them just for you guys. It's Adam15. All the information is in the description box below this video. If you want high quality hair systems with good shipping times and top customer service, consider LaVivid. Now, guys, what I would encourage, if at all possible, is to always have two systems on the go. It's a really great insurance policy to have. If one tears or if one gets, dried out too much or whatever, you can use the other one. I know that there's a cost involved, but trust me, guys, over the longer term, it works out cheaper and it also keeps your hair systems looking fresh for longer. What do you mean by that, Ad? Well, what I mean is if you have two systems on the go and you alternate them, they will look fresher for longer. If you use one system and it lasts you, let's say, 4 months, by the end of that third month and going into the fourth month, it's going to look pretty knackered. And then you start with a new one and then you go through that whole cycle. If you've got two going at once, and this is why my hair systems always look so fresh, it's because I alternate them. And that means they generally age at around the same time, but it doubles the lifespan because you've got two systems on the go. It's a really great way of doing things. I know there's a bigger upfront cost, but it works out cheaper over the long term. You can also find that with companies like LaVivid or another manufacturer, any other manufacturer, you may well find that if you buy in bulk, you get discounted prices. It's well worth considering. I know that LaVivid do 3 systems. You can buy 3 at once and you can get like a 30 or 40% discount. Head over to their website and check that one out. But the big question is, how can we protect the second system whilst we're not wearing it? If we're alternating or if we're just going to leave it in the cupboard for 4 months, how can we ensure that it stays in the best shape possible? Well, I've done a video and I filmed it earlier and I'm going to show that to you now. This is my routine and it works so well. So check this out. Now guys, you'll see that this is my spare system. It's an ultra thin skin and it's in the bag that it came in. Now, whenever you order a system, it comes in these sort of plastic zip bags. It also comes with a plastic dome, which is at the bottom of this system. That's really handy if and when you want to do your own template for your balding area. That's a really useful way of doing it, very easy, especially if your stylist can't do it, or if you're trying to send off a template to get a custom system. Now, here is my Hoover. Make sure you've got a thin end to it. If you look closely here, you'll notice that I've left a little bit of the zipper open. That's where this goes in and basically sucks out all the air and makes the bag airtight. I've also dabbed a little bit of argan oil on the actual hair itself and combed that through just to make sure that the hair remains nourished whilst it's in an airtight space. This is my beautiful Hoover that I will be using. You can use any Hoover as long as it's got a nozzle, guys. As long as it's got a nozzle, or if you've got some way of keeping the bag airtight, I highly recommend it. So I'm going to put the camera here and hopefully we can catch the suction happening. So I'm going to use this and hopefully it catches it. Let's see. going to be a bit noisy for a second. Okay. Now you can see that you don't need to do it long. I literally did it for a second or two. But now the bag is completely airtight. The system is in there. There's not any air going to be getting to it. It's going to be well nourished with the argan oil. But this is a fantastic way. This is what I always do to make sure that my next system or my spare system is always in the best condition it could possibly be. And this ensures that it lasts so much longer in mint condition. Now, the reason I really like this method is you don't really need anything which you probably don't already have. Everyone's got a Hoover, and most people have a Hoover that's got a nozzle on it. If you don't have a Hoover, my friends, I am seriously questioning the state of your house or your personal hygiene. No judgments here. 100% judging. But seriously, everyone's got a Hoover. A lot of people even have handheld Hoovers like Dyson's or something like that. And the plastic bag with the sealable top and the plastic dome, that comes effectively with your order. So every single system that I've ordered in my life always comes in a plastic zip-up bag, and you usually get that plastic cone in the middle. Or not, it's not a cone, it's more like a dome. But you know, I always get that with mine. Now, two things to consider when you're doing this is, number one, make sure you keep it out of direct sunlight. Put it in a dark cupboard that's away from sunlight, number one. Obviously, keep it in that plastic bag. Also, before you put it in, put a little bit of argan oil on it. Don't lace it with argan oil. It just ensures that the hair itself stays nourished, and then it's air packed. So it's going to be as good as new when you take it out. Even if you've had it for 5 to 6 months. I've actually had one for 8 months sitting in my drawer before. And even though I'd worn it 8 months before and had it cut in, it looked brand new when I got it out of the box again. So this is a really effective and cheap way of keeping your system in top nick if it needs to be in storage and you're not going to be using it for a few months, or even if you're not using it for a few weeks. It's 100% worth doing. I hope you found that insightful, guys, and helpful, and I'm hopeful that it's going to help you increase the longevity of any systems which you might have in storage and you're worried about them falling apart. Trust me, they won't, but try and keep them airtight, get a bit of argan oil on them, and they'll be good as new when you take it out.